Stevie Nicol is joining me, and he's absolutely buzzing as we look back at England's 1-0 penalty win over Romania. Stevie, I know you probably would have rather been doing something else than this match, but here's the thing. England actually were on a winless run for 7 matches against the Romanians before today, so they finally broke that hoodoo just in time for the Euros in their final outing. How happy will Gareth Southgate be with this performance?
Well, I'm going to assume that Southgate did not know that stat, and I'm sure he couldn't have cared less. Listen, he's going to be happy that his team won. He's going to be happy that he got to see what sort of shape Jordan Henderson's in, particularly. The same with Declan Rice, who also came on in the second half. As far as the team that started, I think the only thing you can look into this side is what shape they were in. Because I would assume that any coach, regardless of who he plays, wants everybody, singing from the same tune. So I think this 4-2-3-1 is going to be the way they play. Certainly with the first team, I think going forward they look exciting. And of course, all the question marks for me really are about how did they defend? Who sits in the middle of the park? Is Jordan Henderson fit enough to do that? And of course, at centre back, is Harry Maguire going to be fit enough to start? So, listen, yes, it's a victory today, but it gets the players running around, gets the heart pumping again. It's a victory, which is always good. Shame Henderson missed a penalty, by the way, but it's a win. And at the end of the day, you can't complain if you get a win under your belt.
I didn't want to bring it up as salt in your wounds because I know Henderson's your boy at Liverpool, of course, Stevie. But what did you think of him? As you said, there's question marks surrounding him. We didn't get to see him for that long, but what did you think of the action that we did see minus the missed pen?
Well, in terms of the way he played and what he was trying to do and his positional sense, it was the Jordan Henderson we know. The question is, unless you're actually pitch side, how quick is he getting around? It looks okay when you're watching a TV screen, but down at pitch level, you'll tell whether somebody's actually really sharp or whether they're just, they're a little laboured. Yes, they're fit, but they're not quite match fit. That'll be the question. Is Henderson match fit? Because if he's not, then I think it's straightforward. It's Phillips and Declan Rice.
Well, you mentioned the question marks surrounding Jordan Henderson, Harry Maguire as well. There were some question marks surrounding Marcus Rashford, who got to captain tonight, especially after not just his form, but whether he's 100% fit after that Europa League final nightmare. As I said, he got to captain the side and he even netted the penalty that won them the match. So what did you think of Marcus?
Marcus Rashford has to start for England. Listen, you can talk about whether he's been in good form or not, but the fact is, if I'm a defender, I don't want to play against Marcus Rashford. He's got quick feet. He can dribble past you. He's got pace. That means he can run past you. So if I'm the opposition, I'm looking for a team sheet that doesn't have Marcus Rashford on it for England. So no, I think Rashford showed us good things, a couple of bad things, but you get away with that in a friendly. The fact is, he scored his penalty. The fact is, it was a great penalty. And the fact is that when you go into, whether it's European Championships or the World Cups or whatever it may be, you need people that can put the ball in the net when the pressure's on. And the pressure's on in a penalty kick. And he came out with flying colours. So, now for me, this is a no-brainer. Marcus Rashford has to start for England on that left-hand side.
And then finally, now we've seen England now in 2 friendlies, both of them wins against Austria and now against Romania. They're up against Croatia next, but that's when business is business. What do you think was the biggest thing that stood out for you after these 2 friendlies?
Well, I think it's the shape. I'm pretty convinced now that the shape I spoke about, 4-2-3-1, will be the way he will play. It's unfortunate that because of the Champions League final, he couldn't really get what he would probably consider his best team on the field, because there will be a lot of changes from these last 2 friendlies. I have no doubt about that. That's unfortunate. But you know what? What a problem to have. You've got players who've just played in the Champions League final coming into your side. So that tells you that you've got a good team. And England do have a good team. They just have to get together at the right time. It's all timing. There's no question about the quality. They've just got to all perform well at the same time, and obviously get a little bit of rub of the green as well. That always helps.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.